Hi everyone, it's Margaret Manning here with 60andMe. Welcome to a new day and welcome to the show. I hope that you're doing great today wherever you are. It's so lovely to have you here and I want to welcome you all. Thank you. And welcome our new women too. We have people joining us all the time and from all over the world. It's quite amazing. We're now in 150 countries, so it's really wonderful to have you here. Now, I'm having my morning cup of tea. I'm actually going with a mint tea, which is pucca, and it's a mint refresh. It's got a combination of spearmint and peppermint and all kinds of minty drinks. And here it is in my little blue mug. But I love mint in the summer and I love fresh mint. So it's a lovely, refreshing drink. So I hope that you're doing well, that you got a cup of tea, coffee, juice, smoothie, whatever is good for you. Because I've got a topic today that I think you're going to understand because we are a community of women. And this article that I want to discuss with you in this conversation is about traveling with women. Now, Rhodes Scholar is one of our sponsors. We have been working with them now for a couple of years. I've gone on several Rhodes Scholar programs myself, and I absolutely love what they have to offer. And I wouldn't endorse that if I wasn't really saying it from my heart. They really are a wonderful model of learning adventures. So you go on a program and learn about the place from a very special perspective. You have great guides that are local guides. They know what they're talking about, and they take you on a magical tour of the place. It's a non-profit organization, but they have hundreds of different varieties of programs, cruises and tours. We're walking tours, hiking tours, and also cultural visits. But the focus for them this year is women. This coming year is the year of women for Rhodes Scholar. So they wrote an article for us about traveling together with women. And it totally resonated with me because we're 60andMe, of course, but I've done a lot of travel solo all my life, and then recently started to do travel with other women. And of course, by the way, Rhodes Scholar does programs for men and women. They're not just women's programs, but they've now got a set of experiences that will be for women only. But anyway, and when you go on the Rhodes Scholar programs, there's a mixture of ages, a mixture of men and women, and makes it special. But anyway, and it also reminded me in our deck of cards, our inspirational cards, we've got this Aging Beautifully cards. Oh, which side is it? Anyway, you know the cards. They've got this amazing visual reminder of what it's about to get older. And this one is Find Your Tribe, which is actually my very favorite card in the whole deck, because it talks about the fact that you find people who resonate with you, who are like-minded, shared values. And even if you've got different points of view as a woman, you are a woman, and that in itself is very, very powerful. There's kind of a natural bond, of shared experience. And with it, through history, we're cave women, we're sitting around the fire talking about our children and about cooking and life and, supporting our families and our friends and talking to each other. Having conversation. It's almost like kind of part of the feminine way of being. We talk, we share, we communicate. So anyway, this is why the experiences that you have in a women's only event, a retreat or some kind of a tour is so special. Now, I've done several actually with a company called Eat Your Heart Out Tours. And this is a great company. We went to India and for a textiles tour and also for in Burma, went to Myanmar. But for me, the things that Rhodes Scholar mentioned in this article totally resonated. You lose your inhibitions. You do stuff you wouldn't do by yourself because you're with a group of friends, of women who you've all got your boundaries and your limits, but you do it together. You remind yourself to let things go. By the way, it's 90 degrees here in Switzerland. We're having a strange and wonderful summer. I've got my fan. It's so hot. But anyway, you let things go. And you laugh and talk a lot, as I mentioned. You really do enjoy that. You cry a little. There's something about the emotion of being with a group of women that you feel safe. You feel like you really can let go and cry. If you need to cry, sometimes enjoy. Just having a happy, wonderful experience. And you'll conquer your fears, as I mentioned, and you'll try something new. And I think those are the elements that are always so powerful. Most of all, though, I think, and this is a great point made in the article, is that you'll challenge each other. You'll challenge each other to try new things. And I know when I went to India, I had been before, but it took me very little time to start doing things that we're outside my comfort zone a little bit. But it's that challenging each other that is so powerful in groups of women. As I mentioned, this bond of womanhood, it goes back for thousands and thousands of years. And we now have to kind of work at our communities, right? So they're not all just naturally made there for us by our village or our, our community of, workers or whatever. We are now having to make our communities. So travel, like with Rhodes Scholar and other groups that do women's only retreats, those are really powerful communities. I mean, 60andMe is a community of women who are like-minded in our desire to be aging with passion and purpose. And we're not so much gracefully anymore. We're doing wonderful, cool things. But so looking for a community is not hard, but you have to do it. You have to get out there. So what Rhodes Scholar is offering in terms of their programs for women is super powerful because it's a ready-made community for you of women. You know, there's been a lot of research done on the effect of friendship, especially older with women as you get a little older. And the research shows, I don't know if it's in this article, but I can certainly include it, whether it shows that women, family connections are great. As you get older, it's really cool to have a good, strong family network. But the real healthy power connections come from your social group. From women who you're seeing for lunch and for dinner and for going walking and exercising and traveling. Those are the people who are really having an impact on your overall health and well-being and longevity. And there's a thought raised in the article that maybe that's why women live a little longer than men. Because we, especially as we get older, we reach out to each other and we support one another in our goals. And in fact with children too, I was thinking about this when you have young children, is you tend to join moms groups and you sit down together, talk about the kids, what they're doing. And guys, of course, and it's not their fault in the sense that they've historically been the worker, not able to be home all the time, but women have always had that kind of connection with each other. And I think that's kind of cool. So I think it's something to think about as for the longer term, value of taking care of your life with women and traveling with them. And this is as what Rhodes Scholar offers is a great way to connect. And the lasting impact of travel with women is really well documented. They do mention some statistics in the article that if you travel with women, the positive effect can last for months after. And you build friendships. You build friendships that will continue through your life for a period of time, which you choose together. And it's really lovely to see. I have friends today that I met on the India trip that I mentioned. In fact, Kathleen and I, my roommate, we just went on a cruise to Norway in the winter. We actually we booked a little room on a ship, the Hurtigruten, and saved a lot of money together by traveling together, and also had such a good time. We saw the lights. It was gorgeous. But there's, just the benefit of having another woman with you. You see things a little differently. So you make friends for the short term, sometimes just for the event, but then you often come home with a few numbers and names, email addresses, and you stay close. So even if you never see each other again, however, there is a bond. It's a bond forever. So your community of women is maybe out there waiting for you. Check out the article and look at the Rhodes Scholar site. See if there's anything there that looks interesting and compelling to you. And I'd love to know, have you ever traveled with a group of women? If you have, tell us about it. Where did you go and what did you do? Is it something that interests you? Is traveling with other women in a women's group something that you'd like to do? If you haven't traveled by yourself, for example, ever, it might be a nice way to get into the travel habit by just being with a group of other women for those first few times. So tell us about your traveling with women experience, and I look forward to the conversation and sharing my own thoughts as well. So thanks to Rhodes Scholar for offering these wonderful programs and for being our sponsor at 60andMe. And also, I just hope that you take a minute to read the article and get inspired. just wherever you travel and whoever you travel with. Just be inspired by the beautiful friendships you can make with women while you are traveling. So take very good care, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this conversation and look forward to your comments and feedback. Take good care for now. Bye-bye.